Americans stay home much more than they did in the past. Right now, the average woman spends about 70% of her time indoors, most of it in her own home. After the lockdowns, I think we all kind of thought that things would somehow just sort of go back to normal on their own, but they didn't, did they? Every year, people spend more and more time at home instead of going out and about as humans have done, well, forever. Instead of going every day to an office or a factory, we work from our computers, often at home. Instead of driving to see a friend across town, we Zoom with them. We're not in their physical presence. We don't go out to see them. Instead of going to the grocery store, we order online and we have food delivered. Libraries and movie theaters and dinner clubs, things that were all part of my life in the 70s as a young woman in my early 20s, those seem to be pretty much things of the past. We watch movies and listen to music at home. You can even go see your doctor online for many things and maybe hardly ever go to her office. Most people even exercise indoors instead of getting out in nature. All of this means that we have to take special care now to do two things to keep our energy vibrant and strong. Number one, we have to get out in nature more every day, every day. And two, we have to make our homes more nurturing for us. Because the truth is that your home is either bringing you energy, restoring you every day, supporting you, or it's draining you. It's one of the two. There's no neutral, static space. How you keep your home is overall either helping you or hurting you every single day. The next time you leave your home for the day, when you return after you've been gone for a few hours and you open your front door, look at your front room as a stranger might look at it. Really see it, really feel what it feels like. Most of us really don't even see our homes anymore, not really. If you were walking into your home as a stranger, you would immediately have some impressions about the kind of woman who lives there. Who is she? What is her state of mind? Is she stressed and disorganized and under pressure and behind? Is she peaceful, collected, welcoming, gracious? What does she care about? What is placed prominently for you to see? What does the art say, or lack thereof? See your home with the eyes of a stranger for once. Do you feel welcomed there? Because if a stranger does not feel welcomed, then you, the woman who lives in that house, you won't feel welcome either when you come home. You may not really be aware of whether you feel welcomed or not. You may have kind of gone numb to that, but it's true. Your home should have a feeling of welcoming to you. As a minister, I make a lot of house calls and I visit a lot of women's homes, and I can enter a home and immediately tell if the woman is chronically depressed or if she has very low self-esteem or if she's feeling completely overwhelmed. What does your house say about you? It is almost entirely your creation. You very likely chose all the furniture, the art, the colors. Every object is an object that you probably brought into that space or an object that you allowed to stay. You, as queen of your realm, are responsible, even if you live with your family members, you are responsible for the overall ongoing feeling tone of the house. And we talk a lot more about this in the Queen teachings. I have one very wealthy client who has ongoing conflict in her multi-million-dollar home. even if a fight is not raging at the moment that I knock on the door, when I enter her beautiful Architectural Digest home, I can feel the tension stuck to the beautifully finished walls and the fine fabrics. The home is unattractive at the feeling level. Unattractive as in it does not attract good things. If over the year you notice that you too are spending more and more time at home, first, get out in nature, please, please, because nature is the ultimate nurturer. Nature is everyone's first home. We get life force from being in nature. And if you do not spend a good part of every week being in nature, somehow out in nature, then you are probably losing life force, and you may very well age more quickly than is necessary for your life path. Then secondly, become aware of whether you feel that your home is nurturing you, restoring you, bringing you energy, or if it is draining you. Your home is draining you rather than nurturing you if things are old and dirty and dated and you no longer notice. It's one thing to have a deliberate, shabby, chic style, but it's another to have everything just beat up and worn out and dilapidated through lack of care. You may not have the budget for new things. That's fine. You don't have to buy anything new. Just take really, really good care of what you do have. The universe gives more to those who manage what they do have right now very well. If they care for what they have now very well, the universe tends to flow more to you. So polish that old desk and sparkle up the windows and put a pretty throw over the worn spot, and maybe go out in nature and ask permission of the plants and pick some beautiful wildflowers and greens and put them in a vase in your living room. Light a candle. It changes the vibration completely. You know, women who make altars know how to change the feeling tone in a space immediately. One candle, one flower in a bud vase, one small statue or picture. That is basically a basic altar. And just that little vignette near your front door can set a very welcoming tone as you enter. Light the candle when you return to indicate to yourself, to your own soul, to your home, that your realm is welcoming you home. Your home is a living being who needs your care and your love. And you can ask yourself, do you treat her that way? Do you speak a greeting to her when you come through the door after being away? Have you named your house? Does it have a motto? Does your house have a motto? In ancient times, houses had names and mottos on the wall or over the front door. Do you know she's alive? Tend to her. She wants to support and nourish you, but she can't if you give her nothing to start with, if you neglect her. Your home is draining you if you have gone blind to the clutter, if you no longer see it. It is 100 times harder, and I do speak from personal experience. It is 100 times harder to keep a cluttered house clean, and homes that are not clean and orderly cannot nurture you, because it's sort of like putting dirty clothes on every day. It doesn't feel good. Your home also could be draining you if you can't seem to keep up with basic housekeeping. If you're anything like me, you feel like you spend your whole life cleaning your house, and yet it never really feels clean enough. I have lived that way for a long time, but things are better now because I am taking my own advice. If you spend a lot of time cleaning your house, but you never seem to get there, you never seem to keep up, it's just this endless chore and task. that may very well mean that there is too much stuff in your house, too much clutter, just too much stuff, period. By the time we women are in our 50s and 60s, we have usually accumulated a lot of stuff. Isn't that true? That might be time then to do the Swedish death cleaning thing, although around here we call it the Queen power sweep. I like that better. Declutter one category of item every week until your home is in better shape. Start with your clothes because you have to get dressed every day. And if your closet's in a big mess, it really starts your day off badly. A home organizer told me once that a woman's closet should be a shrine to her essence. I never forgot that. I thought that was really great. Is your closet a shrine to your essence? The French say that you can't be well dressed with too many clothes. When a closet or an entire home is stuffed with things, it's the same as when we ourselves have stuffed ourselves, have eaten too much. When we're overstuffed, we're not peaceful, we're not settled, we don't have the energy to take care of anyone else because we're really uncomfortable. It's the same with your house being overstuffed with physical things. When you've overstuffed your house, she will have a hard time nurturing you and you will not feel peaceful with her. Most women I know tell me that they feel completely overwhelmed by modern life. They always feel behind in their work, behind in their housekeeping, in their tending to relationships, in their taking care of themselves. I know I have spent a big chunk of my life feeling that way, behind in everything. I totally get it. Men may argue with this, but the truth that I see, the truth that I know is that most women still work twice as hard, 2/3 longer hours to keep life going than men do. In the midst of all that women have to do today just to keep everything going, somehow the house often gets put last on the list. Your health should be first, obviously, but it's interesting to think that having a home that nurtures you is actually part of your health plan. Make your home first on your list. Drop all those other commitments if you can until you feel you've gotten your home in order. No more buying new books to read. That's my downfall. No more shopping and buying more stuff that you don't need. No late night TV binging. No 2 hours on Facebook. How useless. No promises of helping somebody with that thing that they need. No, you need your time to address your house, to take care of your house so that she can take care of you. If you make your home first on your list, she will nurture you and give you energy for the life that you want to live, the life that you want to create. When we come home and walk through the front door, we should feel the warm, loving arms of our home wrapping around us. We should breathe a sigh of relief and happiness to be home, to be in this nurturing, supportive space. If that's not how you feel, maybe journal, contemplate why. If you need help, we are here to support you in your journey. Whether you live in a 10,000 square foot mansion or a tiny apartment, every woman can create a home that nourishes her. If you have children, you owe it to them to show them how to live well. And this is part of that, a big part. The world's a pretty wild place. And if indications are correct, it might be getting a lot wilder for the next few years. So luxurious or modest, your home is your sanctuary. Your home is your retreat and place of peace and strength. Your home is your queen's palace. So make it a palace that strengthens you every day. Blessed be.